The night was cold, the kind of cold that seeps through your bones, not just from the air, but from the emptiness that lives inside you. Amelia had been walking for hours down a dusty, deserted road on the outskirts of a small western town called Cedar Ridge. Her shoes were torn, her hands bruised, and her heart, utterly shattered. She had lost everything. Her parents, gone years ago. The man she loved, the one who had promised to protect her, had left her with nothing but a suitcase full of unpaid bills and a shattered promise. Now she was alone, hungry, and too tired to keep running. As the wind whipped through her thin jacket, Amelia spotted the faint glow of lights in the distance, a small diner, the only sign of life for miles. She pushed the door open and stepped inside, trembling from the cold. Every head turned, her hair was tangled, her clothes dirty, and her eyes red from crying. The waitress behind the counter gave her a sympathetic look. "Can I help you, sweetheart?" she asked softly. Amelia swallowed. I don't have money, but I just need to rest for a moment." The waitress hesitated. Before she could reply, a deep, calm voice came from the corner booth. "She can sit here." Amelia turned to see him. A tall man in a worn-out cowboy hat, his face half hidden by the shadow of the brim. His plate of food sat untouched. His eyes were quiet, kind, but carried a sadness she couldn't name. The waitress nodded. "If Cole says so, she can stay." Amelia sat across from him, unsure what to say. Cole didn't speak. He simply pushed his plate toward her. "Eat," he said. Tears filled her eyes as she picked up the fork with shaking hands. It was the first warm meal she'd had in days. Later that night, when the diner closed, Amelia stood outside in the freezing wind, unsure where to go. She looked down the road that led to nowhere. Cole came out, holding his jacket. "You got somewhere to stay?" he asked. She shook her head. He sighed, then gestured toward his truck. "Come on." They drove in silence. The truck rattled as it climbed up a dirt road to a small, lonely ranch surrounded by endless fields. The moonlight reflected off the silver fences. It was quiet, peaceful, and empty. Cole opened the door to a small cabin beside the barn. "You can stay here," he said. "It ain't much, but it's warm." Amelia stepped inside. There was a bed, a blanket, and the faint smell of hay. It felt like heaven. "Why are you helping me?" she asked quietly. Cole looked at the ground. "Because once, someone helped me when I didn't deserve it." He turned and walked away. Days turned into weeks. Amelia helped around the ranch, feeding horses, cleaning stalls, cooking simple meals. Cole didn't talk much, but when he did, his words carried weight. There was a gentleness beneath his rough exterior, a heart that had seen pain but chose not to show it. One evening, she found an old photo frame on his table. In it was a young woman with a bright smile, holding a baby boy. "Your family?" she asked softly. Cole nodded, his jaw tightening. "My wife and son. Lost 'em both 5 years ago. Car accident. After that, I just stopped talking to people. Didn't see a reason to anymore." Amelia's eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry," she whispered. He smiled faintly. "You don't need to be. You brought life back to this place. But peace never lasts long." One evening, a black truck pulled up at the ranch. A man stepped out, the one Amelia had been running from. Her ex, Trevor. Well, he sneered. "Didn't think I'd find you here, Amelia." Cole stepped between them, calm but firm. "You should leave," he said. Trevor laughed. "And who are you?" "Some broke cowboy. She owes me money." Cole didn't flinch. "She doesn't owe you anything. Anymore." When Trevor reached for her, Cole grabbed his arm and pushed him back, eyes burning with quiet fury. "You touch her again, and you'll regret it." Trevor froze, realizing this wasn't a man he could intimidate. He spat on the ground, muttered a curse, and drove off into the night. Amelia collapsed in tears. Cole knelt beside her, his voice soft. "You're safe now." Months passed, and the two of them built something neither had expected: peace, laughter, and trust. Cole taught Amelia how to ride horses, she taught him how to smile again. The ranch came alive with flowers, music, and laughter for the first time in years. One spring morning, as they stood by the fence watching the sunrise, Cole handed her a small box. Inside was a necklace, a tiny silver pendant shaped like a horseshoe. "It's for luck," he said, voice trembling. "But truth is, I don't need luck anymore. I just need you." Tears rolled down her cheeks as she whispered, "I thought I'd lost everything. But you showed me what love really is." He smiled, the kind of smile that comes from healing. Sometimes, he said softly, God sends broken souls to mend each other. Narrator closing. Amelia came to that ranch lost and afraid. But in the silence of a man's kindness, she found a home, and in her smile, he found redemption. Because sometimes, the narrator ends, the greatest miracles begin when someone simply decides not to walk away. Final line, call to action. Yellow heart. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to WA Kindness Stories, where every story reminds us that kindness still changes lives. Yellow heart.